Hey guys, it's Jacob Cullip here, and today I am back for another video, and today we are doing the Oasis albums ranked video I promised for you guys. So before we get into this video, there are 7 Oasis albums which I have all reviewed, and that will be in the description for the Cullip Hour podcast playlist if you guys haven't seen it. But I will not be including the master plan because it doesn't count as a studio album. It is an album, but it's a compilation of all the B-sides here. I haven't shown you guys this one. Well, I think I have in my Oasis collection, but if you guys haven't seen it, here you are. So you've got all the songs in here like Acquiesce, Fade Away, which all should have been, most of this album should have been on the official Oasis albums. But yeah, just a disclaimer before we go in, this does not count as an Oasis studio album. So yep, so going into number 7 into Oasis, revealing there, and we've got Heathen Chemistry. So this was the 5th episode on the Cullip Hour podcast, and yeah, the reason I put this last in the Oasis collection is I just feel this album lacks something. Yeah, it has Oasis classics like The Hindu Times, Stop Crying Your Heart Out, Songbird, Little by Little, ooh, and She Is Love to some people. I think it's alright. But yeah, the singles from this album are brilliant, but I just feel some of the songs just are not worth it, and it just, this lacks something. Even the production on this, like look at the back and the front, it just really lacks something. Yeah, like Force of Nature is not a great song. You could say Born on a Different Cloud is a bit too long. Better Man's alright. Then if you're listening to this on the CD version and the on Spotify or whatever you listen to or streaming it, you have to wait 30 minutes long just to hear the hidden track, The Cage. So yeah, probably not good. Of course, it was produced by the band, so that could have been why it lacked. But yeah, overall, I don't hate any of these Oasis albums. Of course I don't. They're my favourite band, but I have to criticise them for my opinion. And yeah, I just feel Heathen Chemistry lacks something, but great singles released from this album. And into number 6 we have Standing on the Shoulder of Giants. It was quite hard to rank number 6 and 7, but yeah, I feel Standing on the Shoulder of the Giants, is better. But yeah, obviously we got brilliant instrumental at the start, Effing in the Bushes, Go Let It Out, Who Feels Love is great, Gas Panic is classic, Where Did It All Go Wrong's good, Sunday Morning Cool, I'm still a bit half and half about, but it's still a great song, and Roll It Over is brilliant as well. But yeah, there's obviously some filler tracks, and obviously people don't like Put Your Money Where Your Mouth Is, especially Little James as well, which I don't need to express more about. As I said, Sunday Morning Cool can be divisive, and I Can See a Liar, but I just feel overall this has the better songs. Like as an album collection, probably Heathen Chemistry has the better singles to some people, but I just feel as an album this flows better, and the production on here, it's a beautiful front cover if you get this on vinyl. Yeah, I just feel the production on this album is way better than Heathen Chemistry. So yeah, going into number 5, we have Dig Out Your Soul, and yeah, the last ever Oasis album from 2008. I really love this album. It's not, as I said in my review, it's a good Oasis album, just outside of being great. I think if you could have got rid of 3 songs in this album, and it would have been great. Yeah, the songs on the back, Bag It Up is a brilliant start. The Turning, I said I didn't like it at first, but I love it now. Waiting for the Rapture, I don't really like. The Shock of the Lightning, I'm Out of Time, Falling Down, the singles are all brilliant. Get Off Your High Horse Lady's a bit divisive, but I find it funny. To Be With Us Life, a lot of people hate, but I love it. And the last 3 songs, I don't like it, and I said Soldier On, I think is one of the worst endings to an Oasis album. But yeah, I think those 3 and Waiting for the Rapture is just holding this album back from being great. So yeah, this is at my number 5. But yeah, the production on this album, as I've said on most Oasis albums, are brilliant. I love the front cover, it's psychedelic, and then inside you got that Palace Theatre in there. But yeah, so number 5 we have the last ever Oasis album, Dig Out Your Soul. At number 4, this was a close one between 4 and 3, but I think it is Don't Believe the Truth. Yeah, this is a great Oasis album, brought them back into form. I said Heathen Chemistry, it's not a great album, but it was the stepping stone to Don't Believe the Truth. And every song on here, as I've said, I don't like. Oh my god, I love all of these. I love every single one of these songs. It's not a bad song on this album. Turn Up the Sun, brilliant start to the album. Lila, all the singles from here. Lila, The Importance of Being Idle, and Let There Be Love, all brilliant singles. And yeah, it just flows beautifully. You might not, maybe the production's not that great on here, especially the front cover, but it makes up for bad production, and it makes up a great album. I always get my words mixed up, and yeah, you've got the whole band in there. So yeah, why did I put this at number 4? I just feel the classic Oasis albums are better because they never... hand in the camera. I just feel they never got to the heights they did in classic Oasis times, so in the 90s. This is close to number 3, this is very close, but I just feel there is an album just better and way over Don't Believe the Truth. So at number 4 we have 2005's Don't Believe the Truth. So you guys can probably guess what is 3 to 1. It's the classic Oasis albums, and yeah, we have the divisive Be Here Now. It's a fantastic album, but as I've said, the production, this is the only album on here where the production is not great, and some say it's awful. This is not the worst album in the world. It's still classic Oasis. It's amazing. The production's not great on here. As I've said, the songs are long. It's loud, but it's still a great album with all that behind it. Do you know what I mean? It's a brilliant way to start off the album. My Big Mouth is great. Stand By Me is great. Some say All Around the World is great. I like it about 5 minutes in, and then I just don't like it. Fading Out is a good song, just a bit too long. Be Here Now is really underrated, the song. I Hope I Think I Know is my favourite on this album. I absolutely love it. Then the rest of the tracks, like Magic Pie, The Girl in the Dirty Shirt. Actually, no, I love It's Getting Better Man. But you don't need All Around the World again. I just don't like it. Don't Go Away, I'm halfway about. I don't really personally like Don't Go Away. So those are just holding it back, and the production and the sound of this album, but overall it's still the 3rd best Oasis album. Only Oasis could have one of the divisive albums of the 90s and still be their 3rd best album, in my opinion. So yeah, at number 3 we have Be Here Now. So at number 2, you've just seen it, you guys can guess what the top 2 albums are going to be, but at number 2 it is What's the Story, Morning Glory. It just had to be, in my opinion. Obviously, definitely maybe it's number 1, just to reveal it now, because we all knew it was going to be. Well, in my opinion anyway. But those 2 albums don't have any bad songs on here. Especially What's the Story, Morning Glory. Doesn't have a bad song on here. Starts off with Hello, that's a good opening track. Roll With It, some people don't like, it's a bit filler, but still a great song. Wonderwall, Don't Look Back in Anger, the 2 classics on here. Hey Now's probably the worst song on the album, but it's not bad. Bonehead's Bank Holiday, which is the bonus track, which isn't on the CD. Some might say, brilliant. Cast No Shadow, bloody brilliant. She's Electric, I'm a bit half and half about, but some people love it. It's still a great song. Morning Glory, great. Got the Swamp Song on here, which is the blanks. The Swamp Song's great, the instrumental. Champagne Supernova, my personal favourite Oasis song on this album, my favourite. And yeah, as I've said, there's no bad song on the first 2 albums. It's brilliant, the production's great, the front cover's great. It was the best-selling album of the 90s, and the 5th best-selling album of all time in the UK. So at number 1, I've already said, but it's definitely maybe. What can you say about this album? It's obviously Oasis's debut album. The front cover's brilliant. I love production and all of this jazz, as people would say. But yeah, I find production of an album and the sound and the flow very important, and this delivers better than What's the Story, Morning Glory. This is more rock. We say more rock than What's the Story, Morning Glory. Obviously it still has rock on it, but yeah, it's a more friendly radio sound. then definitely maybe you hear more songs from What's Story Morning Glory on the radio than you do definitely maybe. Besides Live Forever, which is my second favourite Oasis song, and my best is Supersonic. You guys can see, because that's my motto on the album. Keep the camera still. But yes, the motto on my channel, you need to be yourself, you can't be no one else. So Supersonic is my favourite Oasis song of all time. Then it's Live Forever. And yeah, brilliant way to start off the album. It's still the best Oasis opener. Rock and Roll Star, Shaker Maker's filler, but it's still great. Obviously they ripped off the Coca-Cola song. Live Forever, as I've said, Up in the Sky, it's alright, but it's still a great song. Columbia, then you got Sad Song, which is the bonus song, which Liam still performs live. Supersonic, as I've said, Bring It On Down, criminally underrated. Cigarettes and Alcohol, what can you say about that? Digsty's Dinner, Slide Away, and Married with Children. This album just flows. The sound out of the first three Oasis albums, so definitely maybe Morning Glory and Be Here Now, this is the best sounding album of them all. It just flows brilliantly. The sound, it's raw, it's crisp, it's rock. Obviously the album cover of the first two is both famous. Then the albums, if you haven't listened to this, you'll probably know the front cover because it's that famous. But yeah, overall, definitely maybe. I just find it's better than Morning Glory. It has better songs, it's better album production, better front cover. It's just better in my opinion. Obviously, some people prefer What's the Story Morning Glory. But yeah, without definitely maybe, in my opinion, there wouldn't be a Morning Glory. So, what did you guys think of my album ranking from 7 to number 1? Obviously, you guys can include yours in the comments. And yeah, if you want to include the master plan. Some fans include the master plan as an album, but I necessarily don't. But yeah, tell me guys what your opinions are on my list, and list yours in the comments, and your favourite Oasis songs. I'm always glad to hear. And tell me, or DM me, or you can also DM me as well. I was just thinking, Twitter's jcullip02, and then my Instagram is Jacob_Cullip__. So yeah, if you guys want to have a debate on there, go ahead. So remember, you need to be yourself, you can't be no one else. I've been Jacob Cullip, and yeah guys, peace.